So we said that February 1st was going to be the day that we find out what the hell is going on with 2042. I thought it was going to be on the financial call with the shareholders, but we got a post detailing the future of Battlefield 2042. I'm going to go through it all here. Leave a like on the video if you guys love the content. Subscribe for everything Battlefield related, which based on what I'm reading here isn't going to be much more for the foreseeable future. And a big shout out to every single person who supports this channel, whether you're a member by hitting that join button down below, or whether you're a subscriber over on Twitch. You're allowing me to do what I do. So we're going to start with the tweet. Today we're sharing the latest Battlefield 2042 details, our new player feedback loop, and a status update for Season 1. They put a post out with a picture that says, "You've waited patiently to hear from us on what we're doing to address the issues with 2042 that you have told us about and the direction you can expect to see us take in the months ahead. We're taking actions on multiple fronts to address feedback and implement extensive fixes to the game, key features that are important to you, and getting team play where it needs to be. After the release of an update in early March, which will include improvements to the scoreboard, subsequent updates will prioritize work that will include VoIP and player profile, a tighter squad loop including a refined ping system, feedback-based improvements to gunplay, an improved reward loop, and expanded tools, modes, and tweaks to player experience gains in Battlefield Portal." Now, if you guys haven't seen the last video talking about the future updates that are happening in the foreseeable future, it's going to be up in the top right of your screen. If you guys want to watch that too, that was my discussion on the updates that are coming soon with the scoreboard and basically, simple bug fixes. But they go on to say, with a focus on improving these core elements of the game, we've made the big decision to move Season 1 to early summer. When Season 1 arrives in early summer, it will mark the start of a year where we'll deliver 4 seasons, 4 new specialists, and new locations, along with more content. For all of you who purchased the Year 1 Pass as part of the Gold and Ultimate Editions, we know this content is coming later than expected, so we're giving you all an exclusive bundle containing a specialist skin, weapon and vehicle skins, a melee weapon, and a player card, all to be delivered in the next update. We're also planning an improved player feedback process with all of you as we begin working on new changes, including map design. We'll be sharing our efforts with you, knowing that your feedback on progress is critical. We are committed to and focused on ensuring Battlefield 2042 lives up to our ambitions and your expectations. It's a task we are dedicated to accomplishing. So, before I absolutely go off the handle, we're going to look at the Steadfast Legendary Bundle that is going to be given to everybody who bought the Gold and Ultimate Edition. So what we have here is a Zero Resistance Specialist skin for McKay, and it looks pretty cool. A Grasshopper weapon skin that looks okay. The Rapid Hammer weapon skin, it looks okay. We have the Iron Chariot. It looks kind of cool. The Rib Tickler melee weapon looks good. The player card background is irrelevant to me. And then you had the Steadfast player card icon, which is such a symbol of how everybody is feeling about the game right now. They're watching the Battlefield franchise waste away and wither in the wind. So this is the perfect player card icon, because anybody who is still out there playing this game, holding on to hope that there's going to be a content update in the near future, they're withering away. So for those who spend $120 on this broken piece of shit, we are given a couple of skins that probably took somebody a week to make, and an icon that probably somebody mocked up in Photoshop in a day. This is such a slap in the face to everybody who purchased the game and gave you even more than the base edition cost of the game. But furthermore, the fact that you are delaying all content until early summer, which means at minimum it's going to be either June 1st or July 30th, in between that little early summer area, when the game right now is currently sitting at a 24-hour peak on Steam of 4,800 players. It's an absolute fucking travesty. But again, before I go off the handle, let's take a look at the blog post that they put out. It's a long one, but they start off by basically saying that you've waited patiently to hear from us, basically what they said in the tweet. But it goes on to say, today we are stating our team's commitment to bringing the game to the highest standard that we hold for the franchise, which is actually kind of hilarious to read at this point. We have heard you. So we're heavily invested and committed to the future of Battlefield 2042, working on taking action on multiple fronts to address feedback. But you know one thing that they haven't addressed at all, and in fact they've doubled down on in the legendary Steadfast exclusive bundle, is the specialists. The vast majority of people talking about the specialists hate them. And if you like them, that's awesome. I'm glad, but you are in a minority when it comes to the people playing this game online. But they doubled down on it. So in the next few little updates here, we're getting a scoreboard. We're getting all platform voice comms, like that should have been there at launch. Scoreboard should have been there at launch. Player profile, giving you a better overview of your career on the battlefield and how far you have to go for your next unlock, should have been there at launch. But now we're getting a new feedback loop. So they're committed to pushing up the quality of the game, both through our updates and how rapidly we will respond to critical issues in the live environment. So they will present specific major focus areas to you along with our current thinking, detailing where we're planning to make changes. We'll then take the time to observe and listen to the conversations that you go on to have about both the area of concern and our proposals for adjustment. So basically what they're telling you guys is you purchased a AAA early access title and it will be developed alongside you, because they are so incompetent that they couldn't get the job done themselves. A billion-dollar studio that literally had the fucking blueprint in their hands. The people who made the trailers with the Ronda Zook, they knew what we wanted, and they went in a different direction. And now it backfired because these companies think that they can churn shit out. And honestly, I'm very proud of everybody who has refunded or has been speaking their mind about this thing online, because these devs need to understand that we're at the end of the rope when it comes to AAA studios pushing out fucking garbage. And the blog post says, looking ahead to Season 1. When Season 1 arrives in early summer, it will mark the start of a year. So basically what they put out in the tweet. We still don't know what those maps look like. We don't know what modes are coming. We don't know what operators or specialists are coming. We really don't know any sort of content, and they're not giving us any sort of information because I actually don't think they know either. But they do say in the blog post that later this month, this process will kick off one of our key focus areas, which is map design. We want to outline to you our vision for how we're going to approach and factor into our new maps enhancements to the gameplay experience by addressing feedback on openness and lack of cover in key areas. Well fucking done. You guys know how to make a map now. Let's get it going. Big topics like map design will be loud and broadly shared, but for more nuanced areas of the game, such as portal logic, we may have those conversations on smaller scales. The important part here is that all these conversations will happen publicly with everyone invited to take part. So, I'm actually a little bit twisted on this one because I see the player numbers and I see just how badly this game has been handled from the launch, from the beta, just from the alpha, from everything. And on one hand, I'm glad that they're committed to upping the quality and actually fixing the product that they shipped. Great. On the other hand, I don't think they can do enough to bring that player base back to where this is going to be a long-term live service title that EA finds profitable. It's just not going to happen at this point. So what do we do as gamers, as Battlefield fans? Do we hang on and wait for the 4 seasons that are coming starting after, June or July? And then a year from now, if the player base still hasn't recovered because of the horrible mishandling of this game, does the game shutter? So are we sitting here grinding and playing and trying to help the devs and give them feedback and all this stuff just to have the game disappear even faster than a game like Battlefield 5 or Battlefront 2? What do we do at this point as consumers who bought the product? For me, I was gifted a copy of the game, so I couldn't refund it if I wanted to. But if a year from now the game turns into something incredible, that's great. I'll definitely go back and try it and see where it's at. But will everybody else? Or are people just going to move on to the next best thing? And another thing you got to think about now is this first season is coming in June, July. You're only a few months away from the release of Modern Warfare 2. And the rumor mill is swirling that Warzone 2 is on the horizon sometime soon. Are people going to care? Is this game going to make rapid sweeping changes that the Battlefield fan base is asking for before June to make them want to come back for that first season? I don't see it. And it's kind of crazy, man. When I submitted all of my details to join into that closed content creator beta, they actually had my shipping information. And earlier today, I just got my Battlefield crate package from EA, and it was so bittersweet opening that crate. A lot of people think I'm hating on Battlefield 2042 just to shit on it and farm for views. For me, man, I'm so fucking frustrated that I don't have a near future, or I would say a modern shooter at this point, from a AAA developer that is solid and has a promising future. Opening that package was so bittersweet. Everything was packaged nice. They gave me a bunch of goodies, and the game, it was just so fucking bad. It was almost heartbreaking to open that package and be like, man, what could have fucking been? For everybody who thinks that I'm just hating on Battlefield for views, it's really not it. I'm hating on Battlefield because it's cathartic for me to talk about this shit with other people who feel the same fucking way. We feel so disenfranchised, not only from Battlefield, but from all of these titles that we grew up playing and enjoyed and just watched, you know, passion and quality be on the forefront instead of fucking microtransaction specialists and skins. It's just a fucking shame. Battlefield 2042, I think, for me, is everything that I have been talking about this industry doing wrong, all wrapped up into one neat package. And honestly, for me, like, I know it would never happen, but in a perfect world, I wish that they would just issue everybody a refund, delete the game from their accounts, and just start the fuck over, and just ignore this game fully. Battlefield 2042, I actually wish didn't exist because it's such a stain on not only Battlefield, but the gaming industry as a whole. And I wish it could go away for our sake as well as the developers. You know what we want. So just do it instead of fighting tooth and nail to change direction in a franchise that has had roots in this industry for almost 20 years. September 10th of this year marks the release of Battlefield 1942, and what a fall from grace. My name is Big Fry. Shout out to every single member who supports this channel financially by hitting that join button down below. You can become a part of something that I think is actually really special. I'm over here speaking my mind, and I find that a lot of people are gravitating towards this kind of content because a lot of people are feeling the same way that I am, and it's amazing that we have built a community that can get Battlefield 2042 press content creator crates if only the games were good. But it's a testament to what we're doing over here, and I just appreciate everybody who does support the channel. Whether you're a member here on YouTube or whether you subscribe over on Twitch, just know I appreciate you guys. You have changed my life in more ways than I think you guys realize, and you're allowing me to live my dream, speak and talk that shit, and do what we need to do to make real change in this industry. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.